Welcome all back to ZKM Sports Talk. It has been over a month since we last have done this because personally Kyle, have been kind of sick these past 3 weeks. I've been severely sick about 3 weeks ago, but I've been slowly getting over my sickness. Zach's been busy with work. Mike's been busy with work, so it's just been kind of hectic the past month or so, but we're going to get back on track every week. Now that the All-Star game has been done, we should be able to get back on track, and we're halfway through the season and see how things have turned out so far. We got Houston Rockets, Golden State Warriors, San Antonio Spurs, Minnesota Timberwolves, Oklahoma City Thunder, Denver Nuggets, Portland Trailblazers, New Orleans Pelicans, Los Angeles Clippers, Utah Jazz, Los Angeles Lakers, Memphis Grizzlies, Sacramento Kings, Dallas Mavericks, Phoenix Suns. And then the East, you have the Toronto Raptors, Boston Celtics, Cleveland Cavaliers, Washington Wizards, Indiana Pacers, Milwaukee Bucks, Philadelphia 76ers, Miami Heat, Detroit Pistons, Charlotte Hornets, New York Knicks, Chicago Bulls, Brooklyn Nets, Orlando Magic, and the Atlanta Hawks in dead last for the Eastern Conference. Is there any things you guys like to talk about when it comes to this? I'm kind of surprised with Toronto how well they're playing myself.
I was completely flabbergasted whenever I saw that the other day. Still only 16 losses.
It's pretty impressive, yeah. They're right up there with Houston Rockets, and the Warriors, with the little amount of losses they have.
Yeah. There's only 4 teams left that have yet to get 20 losses. Houston Rockets, Warriors, Toronto Raptors, Boston Celtics. With those 4, well, of course, Boston has the best chance to get 20 losses. But, what do you think? What team is going to probably have the worst losses at the end of the season? What do you guys think? Of those 4.
Probably, I would say Boston. I don't think they're quite as good as...
second half of the season, Warriors are going to start taking it serious.
Because they got to stay up with Houston. They got to try to
say that they've been joking and have only lost 14 games.
Yeah.
In a way, that's going to be kind of huge for Houston if they can beat out Golden State for that home court advantage. If they both make it to the final of the Western Conference, because 4 games played at Houston instead of 4 games at Golden. That could be the difference of winning that series.
Yep. First 2 games are at home.
And then they go
to Golden State, but then they come back for one, then go there, and then come back. I mean, it's
one more game.
One momentum.
That's the key. Yeah.
Well, if you start off with 2 wins, it kind of takes momentum.
Yep, it sure does. And Golden State has a hell of a good home court advantage over almost all these teams. That crowd is just nuts.
And I agree with you guys. When it comes to Boston, I think they have the best worst chance of having the worst record of the 4 because I think Jason Tatum's kind of hit his, not rookie wall, but he's kind of shown he's a rookie because he's exhausted more now. Everybody on the team's exhausted. They're looking to get into the playoffs. But this break, I think, is going to help him out tremendously.
That helped him.
And honestly, though, they might not even be in the top 4 by the end.
By the time
they
may drop off.
Cleveland with LeBron James playing back at MVP level, I mean, and especially with the boost from winning the All-Star game and being the MVP of the game.
Yeah, and then getting those players that they got.
Plus, also this break, they had the game on Sunday. They had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they played Thursday. So that's 3 days of him resting. Every chance for Cleveland to get some rest for LeBron is pretty key.
If I recall correctly, they played Washington, don't they?
I think so. Yep.
And without John, I guess I shouldn't say anything because without John Wall, they've still been doing really good. They've won at least 4 of the last 5 games.
Yeah. I was going to say something about I was going to talk about the Utah Jazz.
11 games
in a row. They're the most not underrated, but under the radar team in the NBA. They've won 11 in a row and nobody's even talking about them.
That's because they're so far down.
They're so having a hard time.
Well, they were at 19 and 28, but they won 11.
Think
so
about that. Yeah, they're coming up on Clippers and the Pelicans.
Yep.
I mean, they're playing well though too. Those Clippers and Pelicans. I mean, look at all that. Everybody's playing well.
5 through 10. There are only 3 games apiece from all those.
I know. That's gonna be a hell of a battle.
DeMarcus Cousins, I think, kills
New Orleans.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yep.
That's why I think
everything being so close still.
Yep.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Anthony Davis is probably my favorite player in the NBA.
Right.
He's just not.
You're missing Cousins.
He's not a guy that can do it by himself.
Yeah, it's gonna be too hard.
And then if you look at his again, like what Zach just said, he can't do it all himself because the players around Anthony Davis are mediocre.
Yeah, they're not as good.
They're not going to be as good. And then you lose Cousins. I see them falling out completely, and then Utah getting in there.
So look how much it drops off from Utah down to the Lakers.
Yep.
From
7 losses
to 23. Yeah, that's a big drop off. So Utah's got a chance. I mean, it's gonna be like Kyle says, tight between 5 and 10. So this could be kind of fun to watch. See how.
Do you guys see about what's his name? Mark Cuban, $600,000 fine for saying that their tanking is their best option.
Wow.
Losing is their best option. $600,000 fine.
Damn. Yeah.
It should be a lot more than that.
We talked about tanking before.
Yep.
It's really bad for sports. It
really is.
It sucks.
Purposely saying it is one thing.
The ironic thing is he didn't even have to say it because obviously
no, there isn't say it
because they don't even have to tank. They're that bad anyway.
Yep.
So
they
don't have to tank.
Why would you say that publicly?
Publicly,
well, you don't say it publicly,
no.
Especially when you're that bad to begin with.
Yep.
Now,
that's the same thing with Chris Tapps when he said that he's tired. Don't say you're tired.
No.
Just say my knees hurt, my back hurts. I'm 7'3". I'm sore.
Run up and down the court. Yeah.
But you say you're tired. That's the same with Mark Cuban.
There's
certain things in public you don't say.
I thought that's what you were talking about was with Chris Tapps going down for the year.
In a way,
they're basically just tanking.
But
they haven't said that yet. Like, I mean,
they're
you
smart.
could tell with all the trades that they did before the deadline, they just got a bunch of picks, gave away some players that they didn't really want.
Yep.
It's almost, they said there's kind of a battle going on for the best tanking going on between, think about it, the bottom 5.
The bottom four for the West is really bad. 18, 18, 18, 18.
Yeah.
And then you got 20 and 19, and then 18 and 18. So
there's about 8 to 10 teams that are going to be tanking the rest of the season. So it's going to be interesting.
You know how we talked about home court advantage for
the Rockets and the...
So there's one team that has a ridiculous home court advantage. Yeah. And really, when I thought about it, the Raptors.
Yeah.
They've only lost 4 games at home.
Whoa, yeah.
They're 20-4 at home.
So that's why that's invaluable that they get the number 1 seed. If they get that,
I mean, they've only lost 4 total games out of 57.
That's amazing. Yeah.
But if you guys look at it
I guess all
2 years ago, when they were the first seed, they almost lost in the first round 2 years ago. When they were the first seed, the Raptors. Yeah. And who knows if they're going to be... They tend to be very chokeable during the playoffs. They're awful in the playoffs.
Yeah. You'd like to think that
long stretch of having to play... Because once teams figure out you guard DeRozan and don't let him inside...
Right.
That's all. Like, that's how you beat them. You box out, and so they don't get all those second chances.
Teams are having a hard time now trying to figure them out, though. They're having a hard time beating.
DeRozan's actually starting to shoot the three-pointer pretty well now.
And he's driving to the hoop, and he's dunking the ball.
Yeah, his game overall has evolved.
Way gone up.
That's crazy. He was pretty close to MVP candidate last year.
Yeah.
Like, he was just right outside the bubble of the top 5, I think.
They're definitely in a way, they're underrated, even though they're the number 1 seed in the East. Because they're Canada, I guess.
Lowry is just so up and down, I think, is what it is.
Yeah.
And when he's on, he's on.
Oh,
and
my
they're
gosh.
great. But when he's off,
It hurts him
he
badly.
keeps
I
trying
know.
and
Yep.
fail.
Yeah, he had that time last year. Yeah.
And I think this is going to help them this year is that they got not just CJ Miles, but that OG Anunoby from IU.
A lot more athletic.
A lot more athletic. He's a great defender. He's actually a decent scorer. He's gonna help them out.
Their bench is awfully good right now.
It's not bad
because
either.
they got that.
CJ Miles coming off the bench also.
Think about is that how you say it? Podell?
Oh, Podell.
Podell.
P-O.
He's the guy.
Valanciunas
Valanciunas
Podell. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're fighting each other for the. And they said Valanciunas now is playing better because he's
having some competition.
Oh shit!
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy because Valanciunas I thought was one of the better.
Yeah, but he's been having a hard time staying ahead of that Podell guy.
Well, Podell is more athletic. He actually has a good offense. With Valanciunas, he's a
closer to the
freaking rebounding machine.
Yeah, shot block. But yeah, it's this is getting really interesting. I know we talked about it before, but we didn't know how the standings were going to be, but it's looking like the top 10, well, not maybe top 10 in the West, and then probably 8 and no, even 9. I don't think about Charlotte, but Detroit
pretty much 9 and up.
is probably going to be a battle for the playoffs. So this is going to be a good ending to the season, I think.
It kind of made me laugh the other day whenever Kyle sent that text message about Adam Silver saying that they're going to take the top 16.
16.
I'm like, it's pretty close to that already.
It already is.
I mean, that just means you have to rework the entire system of how you do stuff because conferences don't matter if it's just going to be top 16.
Yeah. They've done this before.
So then you have to figure out who's going to play who for games.
That's going to be tough.
And then also it's where Golden State, if they were to have to, if they were to be seeded the correct in that way, they'd probably have to go against maybe Miami. So Miami has to fly all the way to Golden State. Right. Then Golden State has to fly all the way to Miami.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bad situation.
Good point. It's almost better to have Eastern and Western conferences because it makes sense, because that just. The competition, the games wouldn't be as good out.
Yeah, you would just have to allow for too much time between
travel.
Adjusting to the different time zones.
I think the game would suffer.
You can tell, whenever you see players sometimes that the time zone actually is a thing.
Yeah. There's game suffers.
You know what's funny about this is that when the Pacers go out west.
Right.
The three of us go to sleep by the time the game starts.
They played Trailblazers the other day. It started at 10 o'clock. I was like, you gotta be kidding
1 o'clock in the morning before the game's over. There's no way.
No.
That would kill me.
No.
If they ever did that again, I'd die because I'd miss half the games.
Yeah, so for example, if we were to have to go and play Portland and
Golden State,
or anybody on the Western Conference during the playoffs,
all the games.
Every game.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I like the way it is now.
Yep.
But
I'm content.
One of the problems that they're having is the bottom teams are so bad that the Adam Silver's wanting them to, get them better. But it's just they're tanking early in the season. They tank. The first 5 games of the season. They're tanking.
Within the first month, they're figuring out if they should do it or not, and then they do it.
It's like the season's over with already. But like Zach said, though, the top 16 is pretty much the way it is now. 8 of each conference. But
I mean, you would remove Philadelphia and Miami.
Right, because
Philadelphia actually would be in there. You just remove Miami for the Clippers, and that's only because the Clippers have less losses right now.
Right. So in a way, it's about fine the way it is.
It's
really
pretty close.
Yeah. I think the issue was, and it was for the last couple of years, the West has always been so much better than the East. But really now,
it's starting to get
a little more equal.
Even.
Look at the 5th seed is Thunder, and our
Pacers,
5th seed, and we've got a better record than the Thunder do. So obviously,
but then if you also look at Portland and Philadelphia, that's 2 more wins versus Philly's
2 less, right?
2 less. So, but overall, the Eastern is actually starting to get it's starting to get better.
More equal. It's just that the West has been so much better for the last 3 or 4 years.
And I mean, honestly, some of the games San Antonio's played 3 more games than Cleveland, so you can't even compare that.
Yeah,
No.
right.
If Cleveland wins all 3 of those games,
Then they'll
that'd
be
37 and
so
22.
They'll have a better record than San Antonio.
Yep.
Right. Good point. Yeah.
As you can tell, we've been really wanting to talk about our basketball.
Yeah.
We haven't gone to our rankings
standings.
yet. Okay, let's go ahead and get into Zach's standings. Oh, by the way, I got rid of the plus and minus and the equal because it's been so long since we've done it. So we got Golden State Warriors, Houston Rockets, Toronto Raptors, Boston Celtics, Cleveland Cavaliers, Indiana Pacers, Minnesota Timberwolves, San Antonio Spurs, Oklahoma City Thunder, Washington Wizards, Denver Nuggets, Milwaukee Bucks, Philadelphia 76ers, Portland Trail Blazers, Miami Heat, Detroit Pistons, Utah Jazz, Los Angeles Clippers, New Orleans Pelicans, Charlotte Hornets, Chicago Bulls, Los Angeles Lakers, New York Knicks, Charlotte Hornets, Brooklyn Nets, Sacramento Kings.
Let's go back. You made a mistake.
Oh, shit.
20 is Hornets and 24 is Hornets. So I'm saying
God damn it.
20 and 24. So we have to decide.
What was it? What's the team I'm missing then?
Because there's 30 teams. We're missing. Oh.
Well, Zach's,
Zach's
I think,
got
looking
the
at his
phone
ranking. Sorry about that. Shit.
Under the Pelicans.
They're most likely 20.
Pelicans was under the number 20 was the Hornets. Number 24 was the Nets.
Okay, so the Nets go up 1.
So the Kings.
Okay.
Magic. You missed the Mavericks. The
Mavericks.
Oh, okay.
were
That's fine. As long
27. Okay.
Okay, so as long as we
Or 28.
knows that.
Yeah.
28. Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
So I...
So wait a minute. What were the Hornets then again? Are they
Hornets
20?
were 20.
Yeah.
20?
20?
Yeah, 20.
Okay.
And
Then
the
Nets will be 24.
Kings, Magic, and Grizzlies all went up 1.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And then Dallas was 28.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to forget Dallas.
Don't forget Dallas.
One of the best teams in the NBA.
Tanking it.
Taken. Yep.
So
Mark Cuban.
the Pacers are at 6 for Zach.
Yeah. Wow. He moved them up right behind the Cleveland Cavaliers. Wow.
We've already beat the Spurs and the Wolves.
Yep.
So I didn't really want to put them under it. I mean, I could have put them under the Thunder, but
Yeah.
I mean, the Thunder have beat us twice, I guess.
Right.
But that would be as low as I would go because
Our record against these teams, has been fairly decent.
I feel like we can beat the Wizards.
Yeah.
I know. I think
Yep.
so too. Did we just lose to them the last? Yeah, we lost
Yeah.
to them.
But it was
Yep.
by a little bit.
Yeah,
Little bit.
Beal had a great game. No. Who was it that played so well against us? I can't remember. For that team.
Obrey, I think.
Obrey did, yeah.
Yeah, the little pussy.
Yeah. But okay, let me ask you a question because you'll see the difference in mine when you see mine. You've got Golden State above Houston, Zach. What brought that up?
I just, like I said earlier, I just think that Golden State's been screwing around.
They're going to pick it up?
And I really think that they're going to, I mean, I say that, but they just lost to the Trailblazers with Durant getting 50 points.
Yeah.
But, like, the total numbers in that game were just awful for Golden State.
Yeah.
So, unless people have actually figured out how to play them,
it was a...
Like, it was just a bad... I'm just chalking it up to being a
freaked
bad
out game. Yeah. And then you got Toronto third, which is good because that means they're... I mean, which based on the record, they should be third.
Yep.
This is unbelievable though that they're up to the third spot in the. I mean that's huge for Toronto.
I didn't like it that much either, but
it's weird. That's what you can say. I mean, what can you say? They're
Raptors are doing better than the Celtics
and the Cleveland and
Cleveland's
everybody else.
Been doing better, but not good enough to beat the Raptors and that. So.
What do you think of the Spurs? They're actually dropping a little bit in there.
Kawhi's hurt again, right?
Yeah, he hasn't been playing.
That's why I put him under the Wolves.
Yeah.
The Wolves have started to get a little more. They've been working together more.
Yeah.
Which they didn't have at the beginning of the season with Butler coming in.
Right. Oh yeah, so, he's tremendous.
And then Towns needing to work on his overall to fit with a team scheme instead of.
That tells you a lot, though. I mean, look at that. 7 teams above the Spurs. That's That's a little bit changing of the guard here.
Yeah, but dynasty, yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think about everybody on their team, it makes sense because everybody on their team's older.
Yeah. Yep.
So everybody's starting to leave, so they're losing the better players.
Yeah, I don't think they can. The Spurs are interesting. They count so much on Patty Mills to come in, and Ginobili's 40 now. So
yeah.
It's kind of Parker's almost 40. I mean, they're trying to rely on the old. Way of doing things, which that's tremendous. Don't get me wrong, the record's still pretty damn good.
The record is number 3 in the West.
West, so you can't really say they're bad, but they're hanging on, I think.
Yeah.
They're hanging on by a thread by just playing the Spurs way. I think they're going to have to make some changes.
Yep, this offseason.
I keep thinking that Kawhi may not be there after this season. They may end up I mean, if he's hurt this bad.
I was going to say, he has had a couple injury things.
A couple injury things. He's not happy with the whole system.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because he's...
I don't think it'll be too long before Papa's gone as well.
Papa may finally retire. Right. Yeah, he may finally.
I mean...
Yeah, he doesn't want to start slide. He's not going to go to be one of the coaches that's
just
a mediocre coach to a mediocre team. He'll get out before that happens. Unless he go to the finals or be up in the high in the playoffs.
Yep. I think he'll retire. Hopefully,
he'll retire.
Yeah, he'll
before
retire.
That happens. Why would he want to rebuild a whole team? After being 20 years in the league. That would suck. So,
like I said earlier, I'm still surprised at how well Washington is doing without.
Oh, I know.
John Wall.
Yeah, John Wall. Yeah,
that's crazy to me. I really thought they were going to be
awful.
Yeah, I thought they were going to be the ones dropping, and then the Heat dropped off. It was like 4 or 5 in a row.
What happened on that? Yeah. And Kyle and I, before you came over, we talked about Detroit Pistons. Kyle's thinking that Pistons are going to start playing pretty well.
I don't know. They better start playing with Blake Griffin because
that was spent. They did lost
lost
an awful lot.
But I think it's just a piss poor version of what the Pelicans did, and they got 2 good big men, but the rest of their team is just blah now.
Yeah, they think about it, they've got.
I mean, Stanley Johnson's
not
developed nearly as much as they want.
Reggie Jackson's still hurt.
Reggie Jackson's hurt, and he hasn't even been playing very good this year.
They got a guy named Ish Smith.
And
he's just fast.
Who's their other starter then? They got
Ish Smith.
Was he a starter?
Yeah,
and he was a starter because Reggie Jackson got hurt.
Okay.
And Johnson's the small.
Johnson. Okay, that's who it is.
Small forward, and then you got Luke Kennard.
Yeah.
Who's a rookie.
Is he starting now?
Yeah.
Awesome.
See, I'm not a big fan of Stanley Johnson.
Yeah,
I've never.
No.
I thought he was decent coming in when he played for the Arizona whatevers.
Yeah, when he was in college.
Yeah, he did really good.
Oh yeah.
And he just hasn't.
His chance to translate to the pros hasn't.
No. Same with Kennard. Honestly, his shot he just hasn't.
He's getting better now. He's averaging like 14 points a game now, I think.
But it's still
not
enough. It's not enough for it to be
like the first round pick. You know, they said he was going to go in like the top 10. Best shooter in the.
And then also you got to remember that he went before Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell with Drummond.
Yeah.
I mean. I would probably call him a better shooter than Mitchell.
Yeah,
But
he is.
Mitchell's more athletic.
So. A lot more athletic. His intelligence is up there too.
Especially for a rookie,
Yep. But the Pistons, for what they traded away, it was awful.
Yeah.
Trading away Avery Bradley,
Tobias Harris,
and a first round pick.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
For Blake Griffin.
That wasn't a smart move.
No.
I mean. Maybe if it was rookie Blake Griffin.
Well, yeah.
I would think about
totally
that.
different.
But it's 8 years in the league, Blake Griffin.
8 years. In next 4 years, you're paying him $20+ million a year.
Him and Drummond both.
Yeah, it's like having 2 of the same players. I don't know. They're shootouts. Well, not Drummond.
Griffin can shoot
better.
He's getting better. Yep.
But he'll never be considered a great outside shooter.
No. He's a decent mid-ranger, but he's not an amazing three-point shooter.
Three-point shooter.
No. Okay. Well,
I'm kind of glad you messed up with the bottom ranks too, just because that's really just a shit show.
Yeah.
It's literally
it's not even
whatever.
Talking about after the Pelicans, pretty much.
Yeah.
Down.
I mean, the Hornets, Bulls, and Lakers are still trying to put stuff together.
Yeah, Lakers have been playing better.
The Nets, they fought really hard against the Pacers in the end, but
didn't have enough, right?
It's just kind of.
They're missing. Yeah. They're missing Jeremy Lin. D'Angelo Russell's starting to come back from his injury.
Playing. Yeah.
Julio Okafor is not playing as much. Who knows if he's going to turn out to be an actual NBA player. He's kind of
third pick in the first round.
Yeah, I think they've just kind of thrown that team together, and that's not conducive to being a top team in the NBA.
No,
I mean, we totally thought that at the beginning of the year too.
The Pacers,
why one of us said that they were only going to get 16 total wins.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Whoops.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we did that update for the Nets.
Wow.
For the Nets, you're like, yeah, they don't want to get 16 wins.
So they've got to lose the next 30 games.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Yep.
Wow. Whoops. I was off by just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Okay, let's move on to my rankings. Houston Rockets, Golden State Warriors, Toronto Raptors, Cleveland Cavaliers, Minnesota Timberwolves, Indiana Pacers, Boston Celtics, San Antonio Spurs, Washington Wizards, Denver Nuggets, Philadelphia 76ers, Oklahoma City Thunder, Miami Heat, Portland Trail Blazers, Utah Jazz, Milwaukee Bucks, Los Angeles Clippers, New Orleans Pelicans, Detroit Pistons, Charlotte Hornets, Chicago Bulls, Brooklyn Nets, Los Angeles Lakers, Dallas Mavericks, Sacramento Kings, Memphis Grizzlies, New York Knicks, Orlando Magic, Phoenix Suns, and the Atlanta Hawks.
Oh.
So you dropped the Bucks pretty far there.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
The Bucks?
I'm surprised down to 16. Yeah.
Like even lower than the Heat.
Wow.
I mean,
just that feeling.
I had a tough time between them and the Sixers just because their records are really similar. But
I'm really kind of surprised. Yeah, you did drop
the Bucks again. It's between they had three great players, Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Bledsoe. But overall, their team, I don't know how far they're going to get into the playoffs. I know they're going to make the playoffs, but again, I don't know how far they're going to get into it. Is my thing.
That's true.
You know what's really surprising? If you think about the Bucks, is the fact they fired Jason Kidd. Even though they're in the playoffs.
They were in the playoffs.
Yeah. And their record's not that bad. How can you fire a coach? Isn't that weird? There must something else wrong there.
I completely hate that system of coaching, like in professional sports now. It's just ridiculous.
How do you get fired after you don't even get a chance to even
and then
coach a team?
And then there's people like Pagano who keep their job for 8 years.
Yeah.
And he did nothing. Like, he had Luck, who did amazing, and they
right.
We
have. It's just weird.
We won't talk about the Colts. I'm sorry.
No, I understand. So I see you moved Houston number one.
Yep.
Golden State.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I've done the same thing.
That was really a coin flip.
That's a
close. Yeah, it's a coin flip. Yep.
And you got Toronto three.
Rockets have the number one record, so it was hard to say.
No, yeah. But look at that. You put Minnesota 5.
I'm surprised you guys haven't really talked. Honestly, I'm surprised you guys haven't talked about me putting Celtics at 7.
Yeah, you moved them all the way down to 7. You're not a real fan of theirs right now.
I really just, after they lost Hayward, I've let the record speak.
Yeah.
I've really I've wanted to put them down that far. It's just, they winning.
Just keep winning. Yeah,
they keep winning. My thing is that, like what I talked about during the standings, Jason Tatum's kind of getting exhausted. He is rookie role. All the players are just kind of clanking. They're kind of not meshing as well. Now, the second half, I'm curious to see this next week or two, see how things turn out. And then in the power rankings, more than likely, I'll probably have them in the top 4 again, probably by the end of the next 2 weeks or so.
Could you guys imagine if they had Hayward
that'd be a totally different
sitting
story.
at the 4 spot?
Yeah.
That is still their weakest spot, and that would just be insane.
I know. They would be one of the top. Well, they would be one of the top. They already are, but
they'll get top 2.
Yeah. Especially if Brown and Tatum kept the talent that they've developed without him there. That would just
they would be unbelievable. Let's see what else is on here that looks interesting. Let's see.
I kept the Mavericks over the other teams because,
at the bottom?
again...
Yeah, it's really a crapshoot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
pretty much 21... Nets through Hawks on the... what is a crapshoot.
I think the bottom 6, outside of the Knicks, all have the same record.
I think,
18 wins.
18 and 19 wins.
Yeah.
36 losses or whatever.
They've just played a different amount of games, so some teams have more losses than the other. But I'm pretty sure they have all 18 wins.
And it's like what we all three of us talked about during the standings. The Rockets, the Warriors, the Raptors, and the Celtics all don't even have 20 losses.
Yet.
But yet, the bottom 8 teams don't even have 20 wins.
Yeah, that's how big the difference is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Except for the Knicks. And the Knicks, I think, if I were to switch out with the Mavericks.
Without Kristaps, it's just... It's not...
Okay, let me ask you guys a question, because I still haven't seen them play except for against the Pacers. The Denver Nuggets. Look at that. They're ranked... You got them ranked 10th. Yeah. What do you have them... What did Zach have them?
They're pretty close. They're nasty.
That is amazing.
Jokic is...
Let's see here, Nuggets.
11. Yeah, he has 11.
Yep.
Jokic is a monster.
Well, he had that
he's a terror.
Unbelievable.
First half. Yep. First half triple-double.
Yeah, he was...
It's a record.
Nasty.
Right.
In 13 minutes.
And, of course...
It was 17 assists, 12 rebounds, and
20-some-odd points.
Oh, yeah.
It was,
but other than... Okay, that... What else do they have, though?
They're young. Super-duper young.
So deep.
So deep, too.
Every position, they have what could be a starter for a bench player.
So they've come out of...
Yep.
Not really out of nowhere, but they've really developed a hell of a team.
Yep.
For
them to get...
They gave up Moutier, so they're a shorter point guard now. But it's
did they get Devin Harris in that trade? I know that he was on the Mavericks, but I thought they ended up getting...
I don't know what they got in the trade.
Okay. But they got rid of Moutier, but they have Jamal Murray, they have Will Barton, Gary Harris, Kenneth Faried,
Paul
Millsap. He's coming back here in the next week or two.
Oh, wow.
Jokic,
yep.
Did they get Plumlee? Is that where Mason went? Or
I think so.
Who's their backup?
Yeah, Mason Plumlee. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Which is by far the best out of the three.
And then they also have Trey Lyles.
Yeah.
Right.
They're deep. Super deep. And like what we just said is Jokic.
They could scare some teams in the playoffs. Then.
Yeah.
They're
they also
deep.
have Wilson...
Chandler.
Wilson Chandler, yeah.
He's not bad. He's starting to show his age, but...
So if they could end up playing a team like San Antonio, they could end up taking them maybe in the playoffs. Yeah. San Antonio.
They got Devin Harris.
Timberwolves. Okay. I mean, the teams that are closer to them in the Western Conference. Now Utah, that'd be actually a pretty decent battle. Utah and Denver Nuggets, but I think they'd probably take Utah Jazz. I mean, they've really come out of nowhere.
Yep.
They're under the radar again.
Yep.
They're a really good team.
Oh, really good team.
Well,
Jokic is an animal.
Yeah, you said that for the beginning of the season.
Yep.
You liked your joke?
Yep.
Ah.
Nikola Jokic, he's a beast.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Mike's power rankings. Okay. Houston Rockets, Golden State Warriors, Toronto Raptors, Boston Celtics, Cleveland Cavaliers, San Antonio Spurs, Milwaukee Bucks, Minnesota Timberwolves, Utah Jazz, Washington Wizards, Indiana Pacers.
Whoa! What are you doing over there?
Portland Trailblazers, Oklahoma City Thunder, Philadelphia 76ers, Denver Nuggets, Detroit Pistons, New Orleans Pelicans, Los Angeles Clippers, Miami Heat, Charlotte Hornets, Los Angeles Lakers, Chicago Bulls, Brooklyn Nets, New York Knicks, Orlando Magic, Dallas Mavericks, Sacramento Kings, Memphis Grizzlies, Phoenix Suns, and the Atlanta Hawks.
Here's Zach in the background.
So all we need
is the Pacers.
All we need is Cleveland to lose 4 games in a row, and Pacers are number 3. What are you doing? Put them at 11. Some people.
Yeah, you guys have them pretty high.
Number 6 on both of us, I think.
Yeah, number 6 on both of you guys. So I had a hard time with the Wizards because we lost them the last time.
Nah, that's true.
I know, that bothered me there, but... And I couldn't see it. I mean, we've had...
Wow, I can't believe you put the Jazz over us, too.
Know, yeah.
That's
we beat
crazy considering how...
Yeah.
We annihilated them.
I mean...
Yeah,
they rallied, I guess. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in the Jazz.
If they could stay
now that I think about it, I really screwed up with the Denver Nuggets. So look at that. I got them at 15. Behind Sixers and Trailblazers. Well,
and you got the Thunder pretty low too.
Yeah, 13.
What they've been doing lately.
Yeesh.
And the Bucks talking about firing their coach and let's just put them on 7.
7.
Whoops. Yeah, I kind of fall apart on that one. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm thinking about there. Yeah.
I mean, you did the bottom pretty good.
Yep. You're 21 through 30. Yep.
20 through 30. I'm doing good there.
Yep.
Yeah, I even got the Clippers kind of high there, 18. Yeah.
Well, they're not doing bad.
I mean,
I got them above Miami, which Miami should be. Miami was for a while there was looking really good, and now all of a sudden they're dropped.
They lost 4 games in a row.
Rocket.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know.
For a while they had like an 8-game win streak, and then they 3-game losing streak now.
Yeah.
So 3 or 4.
Clippers on a pretty good win.
They're playing
They're
pretty
3-game win streak, I think.
Yeah.
And they've won like a lot out of their last.
They're
handful.
30 and 26, and they're 9th seed, so they're like only like a game and a half behind the 8th seed. So they're really close to being a playoff.
I kind of fell into the trap with the top 4 teams. I probably would have Boston a little bit lower than that. They're not. I don't think they're as good as Cleveland right now, or as good as.
It's hard to say how good Cleveland is right now.
Well, they've played so
well. We've only seen one game with the team together.
Yep.
Games.
So I think Cleveland's going to. I would think Cleveland's going to end up beating out Boston as far as not beating out Boston maybe for the playoffs, but be able to beat them. I just think. But I keep pulling for my Pacers. I mean, I've got them at 11. But I think we're going to be moving up. In the right
Moving up? Okay.
At least we're in the playoffs.
We just got to put our Black Panther masks on.
Yep, and do our dunk. Our man Oladipo. Yeah. Team is, well, we've already talked about it. It's hard with just Anthony Davis on the Pelicans.
Yeah.
They're kind of dropping down into the...
Yep.
And they really never got things going that well. They were like 6, 7, 8 seed the whole way.
Yep.
So now
they're just kind of like
floating there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They might be like an 8th seed or a 7th seed, but once the playoffs actually are there and they are the 7th or 8th seed, they'll get swept by either Houston or Golden.
Yeah, they need
Houston or Golden State.
Yeah, they need another good draft pick.
Yep.
To go along with them. Now, for the next couple of weeks, I know we'll do this in a couple of weeks, but I promise you guys I'll keep my eyes on the Denver Nuggets.
Yep.
And I'll keep my eyes on the Bucks, see if they're dropping like a tank. And I'll keep an eye on my Pacers.
We've got Glenn coming back, so.
I don't think the Bucks will drop that hard. Well, for mine and Kyle's list, because we had them at a decent
pretty much
spot,
a decent, for
but
me though.
Like they win 2, lose 1, so they're like staying at the same pace. And
Yep.
I don't think it's.
I don't think we'll ever have them really higher than 4, but no less than like 12 from the rest of the season. More likely.
Yeah.
I can see them us getting at 12. We have some players hurt and we're missing Collison. He's supposed to be back in another week or so. So
I think what's his name, Joe Young, has done a decent job.
Oh yeah,
he has.
I mean, I definitely am glad that we have Corey Joseph to start.
Oh yeah,
but
it's good to have Joe Young
score
some points. Yep, he's been scoring some points.
He's starting to actually show his ACC college shooting. Yep.
Shooting where he shot.
And he's not playing the Westbrook, so that's good. Where he shoots 40 shots.
Yeah, he's willing to actually pass it.
Pass the ball. Yep.
And then whenever somebody actually passes it to him and he actually has a good shot, he's actually shooting the shot too. Is good also.
That's right. So, and also before we get this on let's get this on the record. How about my Bojan Bogdanovic?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Now, what's he shot in the last, month? Oh, last month. He shot 50% from 3-point range.
We just need to leave him in the car when we're playing in January.
Yep. January was awful.
I personally think he should have been in the 3-point contest. He would have won it.
But that might be a thing.
Him being in the 3-point contest wouldn't have been too bad. I think the voting was done before this month.
Yeah, before this month in January is when they found out when they're going to have the contestants.
But lately, he's been hitting the 3, and I'm awfully damn happy about it.
And Zach and Tanner, my coworker, he hates Bogdanovich.
Oh.
Hates him. Hates him with passion.
It's his layups just bug the crap out of me. One of the easiest things in the game, and he makes it look like you're trying to do calculus on the court while playing and dribbling at the same time, and I'm just like...
He's not the most coordinated guy in the world, but... And I still also, let's go back to this now. I'm sure Zach's still pissed off about the pass he made.
Yeah,
the Boston Celtics.
That is such a big
Still bothered him.
Because we would be up on
Another
one of
game.
the best teams in the league.
2-0.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
That's true. Good point. I let it go, though. I let it go quickly because I'm a Boyan fan. We got a certain fellow here that's still carrying a big grudge against him.
No, that was super annoying. It was stupid as shit. It wasn't even a good pass for a good pass. Like,
but we got to give some credit here.
no, we're not giving any credit.
Wait a second. That we got to blame Tanner. Because he was at the game.
He was at
the game. That game, that Celtics game. And so his record
is awful.
when he goes to the games are awful. He's like 2-30 or something like that. He is awful.
You're right. So
And he's talking about going to like 2 more games this year. I'm like, what? Just stop.
Taco is taking Chelsea
Oh.
for a Valentine's Day present to maybe this game on Friday.
On Friday?
Atlanta? Wow.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay.
Maybe it might be the Raptors though.
Ooh,
that'd
be a heck of a game.
That'd be a hell of a game to go see.
Wow.
So hopefully he won't be a negative.
Hopefully.
Let's find out.
We really need to beat them.
We really need to beat them
badly.
Because we're tied, aren't we? 1-1. We lost.
No, I think we're 0-2.
Were we 0-2? I thought we beat them once, and I thought it was in Indiana.
No,
Do we even play them in Indiana?
I'm pretty sure we're 0-2.
We may be, yeah. I think
we might be
0-2 also. Yeah, I don't think we've had a hard time with them.
Because I know
we beat them once.
I know we played them in Indiana, and it was really close, and I'm pretty sure we lost at the finish line.
I'm trying to think if DeRozan made a final shot. Maybe maybe Oladipo hit the final shot. That one where he came down and hit that 3-point shot with a couple seconds left, and it was unbelievable. I think that might. I don't know. Check.
That was a Spurs game. I know that.
Yeah,
where he came down. And shot the three.
There was a San Antonio game where he did that, where it was against Aldridge. But I want to say that we had a game
where he beat him.
That we beat him.
For some reason, my phone's not wanting to go past.
Hold on a second. I can look up some information.
Yeah, because that would be huge if we could. If we're 1-1 against them and we could beat them, that would be tremendous. We played them how many times? 4 times this season?
No, I don't. I think we.
No, I think it's only 3.
3 times
because we're not in the same.
Division. Division. Okay, so that'd be huge.
Let's see here.
Yeah, because I think it's conference. You play each team 3 times, and then.
We lost. We beat them actually once.
Okay.
It was on Friday, November 14th or 24th, and it was in Indiana.
Okay.
And then we went to Toronto and lost.
What was the score when we beat them?
We beat them 107-104.
Oh, it was a close game.
And then the one that we lost was 120-115.
Oh, 2 close games.
Yeah. The one that we lost, I know I watched, and I was so mad because I'm pretty sure they had like 17 or 18 offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
It was just stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
Valanciunas.
Yeah, just killed us. Just killed us. Yeah. Right. So this will be a huge game. And you said it's at home, huh?
Yeah, because this will probably be the end of the season one. Because I don't think we play in 4. Because
like you said, it's only 3 because we're not in the same
division.
Yeah, division.
Let's see here.
But I wanted us to
2 more games.
Oh, is it 2 more?
Yeah, okay. 2 more. We play March 15th in Indiana.
Okay.
And then April 6th we play in Toronto.
Oh, okay. Wow. So.
But I wanted us to sweep Cleveland so bad.
I know. So close.
We played so bad in that game. Though.
Yeah, we didn't deserve.
Ooh, the last 2 games of the season at Charlotte, and then we come back home against Charlotte.
Oh,
that's gonna be
that'd
huge.
be helpful.
That's gonna be huge.
And Charlotte's gonna probably want to lose because they're trying to get a better draft pick.
Hopefully they will because they put up pretty.
They
good fight
They can beat us pretty.
They could beat us.
I know.
I mean, Shaq, Dwight.
Howard just killed. Oh yeah,
bruising both Turner
and Sabonis.
Yeah. Yeah, he scored over 20 points didn't he, in that game? 25 points.
20 points, like 16 or 18 rebounds.
Yeah, so
8 tore up.
We have a hard time with those big centers. We really do.
Yep.
Let's face it. That's why
Sabonis doesn't have the height, and Turner doesn't have the physicality.
Power.
Yep.
Right.
That's why it'd be awesome to see if we get someone like Valanciunas on our team.
Yeah. Could happen.
That's what I was talking to Dad, which I didn't have a chance to talk to you, Zach, about, is that with the Pacers, we are in, I guess, really good financial thing where we can...
Oh, yeah, because we don't have shit for,
spending. We're not spending
our
that much.
money, we have 3 players that are $10 million, and then Oladipo's 20.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep.
And we're losing Al's ridiculous contract this year, so it's going to go even, we don't even have that anymore.
Yep.
And then if Joseph and Thad both decline their player options this year, we'll be in the money. We're going to be going after some real big players.
Thad's 15
to 18 million.
Yeah. So we will have a lot of money.
Yep. And we're talking Aaron Gordon,
Marcus Smart, you said.
Marcus Smart, and there's a couple other players that we're talking about going after.
Yeah. Who's the other? Yeah, you said another one.
Terry Rozier, I think, is another one.
I wish we could just buy out Jokic's contract from
Nuggets.
Because he's going to be a free agent, but he'll probably be restricted.
Yep.
Oh, well, yeah.
With restricted, I guess we're also going to be throwing... Because I guess a lot of teams like Golden State... And Golden State and Cleveland, they're over the luxury tax.
Oh, yeah.
But then you got teams like Orlando, who are awful. Do they really want to spend $17 million on Aaron Gordon? That's a lot of money just for them to spend on that one person. And then for the rest of their time with him, who knows how we're going to develop.
Is it worth getting that much money to Aaron Gordon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're looking to be big time players in the offseason.
One guy was, I don't know if you read this or not, but Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson, yep.
Did you hear about that?
They've been talking about that for the last couple of years, though.
Yep.
Because he doesn't, I don't think he likes to rant a lot.
Yeah.
And then he was done being second fiddle.
He's kind of being, now he's kind of dropping even
further. Yep.
Now he's a fourth guy on the thing behind Green and Durant, Curry, So
I guess I was reading that article. There's an article about 5 players that we could possibly get, and it said enter Taxman, enter Pritchard, and Klay Thompson was that player that we were talking about getting.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be seemingly over the tax.
Because he'll want, obviously he wants the money right now.
But I mean, I wouldn't want him because I wouldn't want to move Depot.
Yeah.
And
they play the same position.
Shooting guard.
And I wouldn't want to move Klay either.
Right.
Could you imagine Klay guarding Durant or LeBron?
Well, that's
James?
a good point. Yeah.
That's
too hard.
Or Paul George, that.
Yeah. Good point.
That just doesn't sound.
I
mean, I guess we have Bojan guarding those people now.
I'm a big fan, and I know I've talked to Kyle about this. I don't like screwing up our chemistry.
Yeah, that too.
Not right now, that is.
I mean,
I'm not saying that we're going to be in the championship and all that, but why even? I don't even like us talking about it, but I didn't want the Pacers even talking about who they might get because it kind of hurts
morale.
The people. People. It's like Bojan.
Yep, Bojan. We're talking all this.
Well, get rid of Bojan and get somebody. It doesn't matter who it is, and he may not. These guys are all professionals, so it may not bother them that much, but it's gotta hurt you a little bit to think.
It's kind of
get rid of me, thanks.
Yeah, it's I'm kind of the reason why we got rid of Paul George was yeah.
But if he doesn't want to be with the team,
I don't want to play here next year, so
right.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna show up.
I'll show up. Yeah, I'd rather have guys that want to play for the Pacers,
Yep.
be on the Pacers,
Yep.
be a team. I kind of like what we're doing.
Hayward.
Yeah, well, I know.
Beginning of the year.
Yeah, Hayward's the kind of guy. See, I like Hayward. He's the idea that he's a team player type of guy.
Kind of, but yet he left for Boston.
Well, I think that had more to do with just getting away from Utah.
Yeah.
And also the fact he was a free agent.
He's a free agent, yeah.
So he took advantage of it.
Yep,
In a
yep,
way.
yep.
I guess he would have gotten the top pay in Utah, though, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he got a lot more money with Utah.
He would have got max. So, I don't know.
Then he also was able to replay with his
Brad Stevens,
his former coach.
Honestly, I think that's the biggest reason.
Probably the number one thing they got to play.
Went to Celtics over the other teams that were trying.
Brad Stevens talked him into it.
Yep.
Probably. Yeah. But I like their chemistry. I mean, I've got them ranked 11th, which is one of the highest rankings in all of the world.
Okay.
Other than you guys both.
I was like, considering the other two people out of the six. But I don't know. Chemistry is nice if it produces, which it has.
Right now it has. Yep.
But it's not going to
long-term wise.
How long is it going to
last? Yep.
And is Miles Turner and Sabonis is a good forward. I don't know if he's a top center.
Yeah.
Yep. Is Miles Turner going to be your center for the future?
Yep.
See, I don't like that
so.
either. I like Turner going back to power forward.
Yeah, he needs to actually be a forward too.
Yep.
So we don't have a center.
No.
So we do need a center. Valanciunas would be a good center, but he asks it'd be a lot of money.
Yep.
So see, a lot of this is about money. A lot of times, if you pay one guy too much, that means you can't pay the rest of the guys.
And some people think, well, I'm better than him, so why is he getting paid more than me?
Right,
yep.
And then that starts rubbing on your stomach. It's kind
that's another article I was reading about. Is I guess the market. You know how players getting from anything from 10 million to 20 million. Yeah. The value of contracts have gone significantly less. Lou Williams signed a 3-year, 24 million, so $8 million a year contract. Lou Williams,
who's easily the sixth man of the year.
Yeah, sixth man of the year.
He's the best player on their
team.
I think he's the starting lineup now.
So it's almost like they're watching their money now.
Yeah, teams are watching their money now. So
that's weird. We talked about it earlier in the year how they're spending all this outrageous money. Maybe they.
Well, I mean, for the Clippers, that's where he's at right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't have a star.
Right.
So they've got to watch their money for.
Plus they gave Paul George
one.
Cleveland or
try to
James.
Score one of those people in the offseason.
Good point. Yeah.
They do have Jerry West, and they're wanting to get LeBron James. Yep.
Paul George. No, Paul George won't go there. He'll probably go to Lakers.
He'll go to Lakers, but
I mean, he might go to the Clippers.
Yeah.
Being back in LA.
As long as being LA.
As long as it's in LA.
Yeah.
I mean, he has said Lakers repeatedly, but
if LeBron James is like, hey, I'm going to the Clippers. LeBron's like, hey, or Paul George's like, hey, I'm going to go to the Clippers too.
Yeah.
I mean,
that would totally change their franchise around.
God, you think?
Went from a team that always lost in the second round of the playoffs
to being right up there. Yeah. It'd be weird to have LeBron James and Paul George. Well, LeBron James especially now being in the Western Conference after all those years.
Eastern. Well, he was in Eastern.
Could you imagine LeBron's playmaking skills with DeAndre
Jordan?
Yeah.
Go back to Lob City and then their defensive monster again.
Yeah, defensive. They'd be unbelievable defensively. So. Yep. Well, that's my picks. I got the best rankings in the NBA.
Excellent job. Excellent job there, Mike.
Thank you.
Well, that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this Power Rankings right here. Next week, I'm not sure what exactly we're going to do, but in 2 weeks, we will do our bi-weekly rankings. With that being said, guys, we're going to end this video right here.